Hello everybody, welcome back to the Jack and Steven show, except it is me, just Steven, and today I'm going to be listing each boss in Dark Souls 3 from what I think was easiest to hardest, based on the bullshit that they give, because I'm going to be real, the later bosses really put out some straight up bullshit in my opinion. Now first I want to put out a disclaimer really quickly. I in no way think this is a bad game. It is an amazing game. It's a one of a kind, and I had a blast playing it. And I actually plan to get the platinum trophy. So that means multiple playthroughs I'm gonna have to do this. And so that's gonna be fun. This video is just solely for Dark Souls 3, or just Dark Souls veterans, sorry, in general, to really just laugh at me, because I've only beaten I've only played really Dark Souls 3, and it's the first Dark Souls I've ever beaten. Not ever beat. Okay, starting off, number 1, Vort. Now, here's why Vort I think is the, or like, not think, sorry, this is why Vort's at number 1, I should say. I can't remember fighting Vort, because my friend Patrick was like, hey, let me just kick his ass. I was like, oh, all right, sure, fuck it, let's do it. And he just like pretty much kicked his ass. I can't remember really any like if there's any bullshit moves that Vort has, but if there is, it's some bullshit most likely. Anyway, rolling in at number 2, we have Osiris, the Consumed King. Now, Osiris is pretty easy in my opinion because his attack pattern is very simple to learn. It's pretty much a lunge attack, and then just tries to hit you around there. There is one little bullshit thing where he does the spin attack where like sometimes it hurts you, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, with having my weapon, finally upgrading a weapon, I it's pretty easy to take him down. That's why he's at number 2. You won't have really a problem with him. Number 3 is the Cursed Rotten Greatwood. This is simply because I had Patrick's help with this guy too. Our plan was simple. I just took out the NPCs that were around. He went for the Greatwood, and then the second forearm we just kind of just went at it together. Now, the starting bosses were really like when I had some help, like getting started, getting used to the game. I had help with Patrick, but as the game progressed, as in these later bosses, I definitely uh, did a lot of the hard ones on my own. But at number 4 is Ludex Gundyr. This is the very first boss of the game, where you get the coiled sword. Now, I had no help. I don't think you can have help on the first boss. So, I had gone into this game not knowing how this game works. I didn't even know that. Well, I kind of knew that dodging was like the big thing to do, but I was like, hey, look at me. I'm a strength build. I have a shield. I'll be able to tank those shots. But oh boy, was I wronged so fast when this guy just did the most to take your shit out. He is fast, he is strong, you gotta be dodging those shots or you're fucked, buddy. Like, so yeah. At number 5, it's the Old Demon King. Now, the Old Demon King at number 5 is because, as you see on screen, I have that great sword. That great sword is plus 10 infused with, I actually don't even remember, I don't know what that is. The great sword at plus 10, like, just destroyed him. Like, it kicked his ass. I had already beaten the game, and I was pretty strong, so I just went in there and kind of kicked his ass. I'm sure if I use the smaller axe I was using before the great sword, probably wouldn't have had the best time. He's probably a lot harder than he looks. There's one thing where where in his second form he like brings down like these fire meteors. Yeah, you might want to get the fuck out of there because those are bullshit. Fuck that then. At number 6, the Deacons of the Deep. Now, the Deacons of the Deep were actually really hard to face when I faced them. Because before the Great Sword, I was using like this smaller axe. And, you know, it was doing some damage, but not as much as it could be doing. So, going into Deacons of the Deep, you know, I'm sitting there, hitting these guys. And I knew that you had to hit the guy in the red. But like as soon as you get to the second form and these fucking guys in blue come out, and then that's where all hell breaks loose because now these motherfuckers are casting this fucking curse spell that curses the air around you. And oh, by the way, if you don't stop it in time, or you don't, I don't even know how it works if they're all doing it or just those blue guys are doing it. But oh my god, did I die a lot because of the fucking curse. It was like I killed all of them, but then all of a sudden I'm still getting cursed. And once the curse fills the room, you can't do anything. Even if you kill those guys, the curse is still in the room, so you're taking curse damage, and then you just die. That's kind of bullshit. Where if the curse just fills the room, you will have an automatic death. So fuck that fight. Number 7 is Yorm. I think Yorm is harder than Deacons of the Deep, probably because of his second form. Because here's the thing: Yorm with the weapon to defeat him takes, I think, what was it, 3 or 4 hits or something. From what I had, so I took him out no problem. I think I died once because I didn't know how his second form handled out. But his second form, you know, it has some. He's faster. He's embered up, and he has like a ring of fire that you really can't dodge, or you need to dodge it perfectly. That's the only bullshit thing about him. In all honesty. But other than that, Yorm's my second favorite boss, but yeah, he's pretty easy, to be honest. At number 8, the High Lord of Walnir. Okay, the High Wall. Sorry, I'm just gonna call him Walnir. Walnir is fucking. I hate Walnir because of his breath attack. Now, going into that fight, I didn't think I was allowed to get that like close to him, like close to his rib cage. So I'm getting to the back of the area every time, and so many times I died because he'd do the breath attack and I just couldn't escape it. So, you know, that's mostly on me for having small brain, but that fucking sucked. And that was a little bullshit. I'm upset about that. The Walnir is a bullshit fight. Also because of his skeletons that he can spawn. He can spawn skeleton enemies, and also the skeleton enemies that are like kind of cooler with like clothing and stuff. And they just fuck your shit. So, GG on that one. That was not fun. At number 9, the Crystal Sage. Okay, first off, fuck the Crystal Sage. This was the very first boss that I was actually like starting to quit the app, starting to just get really fucking tired of. Because this Crystal Sage, right, first form, you know, it's not too bad, you know, it has some crystal attacks that are a little bullshit, but that's fine. But it's when you get to this fucking second form that really pisses me off. Crystal Sage ends up spawning, what, like, I think it's like 5 copies 5 copies. Oh, I just burped weirdly. But 5 different copies of themselves that can do high damaging spells. So while you're trying to take out these copies, the actual Crystal Sage is doing these homing crystal classes, not classes, casting. And while you're trying to hit them, they're hitting you, and you're also getting hit by this homing in crystal, and you're just fucked. Crystal Sage could be a bit better if there weren't so many fucking clones, but I guess I just gotta get good. Oops. Fuck the Crystal Sage. It's just bullshit. My heart dropped. I was very upset when I opened up the door to the Grand Archives and I saw that bitch again. I just went. I just fucking started running. I didn't care. Anyway, number 10. The Abyss Watchers. The Abyss Watchers are very well designed in my opinion. It's a really good fight. I really enjoy that one. It took me a while because the Abyss Watchers obviously do a lot of damage, but the amount of waiting, like the easiest way to do this boss, is the amount of waiting you have to deal with. It's bullshit. So what I did to defeat the Abyss Watcher was I had to run the perimeter of the fucking arena so many times. Because here's the thing. The Abyss Watcher resurrects a clone. Or I think they just get resurrected from the Abyss or whatever. I'm not sure, correct me. And those two are gonna eat your shit. Like, bro, your shit munched down by them. And then the good thing though is eventually, after a little while, the one of the Abyss Watchers again will resurrect, but this guy's got red eyes, and he's faster. I think I could be wrong. Now here's the good news. That Abyss Watcher is your best fucking friend now, and he'll go fight the copy or the host. That's cool and all. But then if you accidentally get too close, or sometimes just randomly, that Abyss Watcher will now fight you. And guess what? You now have 3 Abyss Watchers fighting you. 3. That means 3 lunge attacks. That's a load of shit. But the good news again is if that red-eyed Abyss Watcher gets accidentally hits one of the other ones, he'll go back to them. But I mean, like, 3 Abyss Watchers after you is already terrifying enough where you're ready to just accept the death. Abyss Watchers, well designed. A bitch to play. Anyway, number 11, Ultrich. Ultrich is interesting because the hardest part of Ultrich isn't him himself. It's fucking getting to him. I hate running to that fog gate because you get to Arnolondo. Arno, I fucking laugh at me. I don't care. When you get to Arnolondo, there are these 2 knights at the top of the staircase. Well, I mean, once you get there, it looks beautiful and all, and then you get to the top, and then there are these knights. One has a spear. They both have lightning on their weapons. You can get like half your health gone in one hit. So you have to dodge these guys perfectly. Or just run around them, but like that's not even recommended, just dodging. Then you enter the church or whatever it is. And there are 3 deacons. They're not called the Deacons of the Deep, they're called Deacons of something else. And there are 3 of them shooting fireballs at you. So now, from the back, you're getting chased by knights and in front of you to the fog gate, 3 deacons are shooting fireballs at you. Oh, boy, who thought this was a good idea? That genuinely, in my opinion, that genuinely is kind of bad enemy placement, in my opinion. You shouldn't. I hate that, but it's whatever. We deal with it. And then there's the boss fight itself. Ultrich in the first form, pretty alright. You know, the spells are kind of bullshit. You have to, like, you cannot have any distance between you and Ultrich, or you are asking to fucking die. Because here's the bullshit thing about Ultrich, right? Ultrich casts these, like, mini spells. They're like these, like, they're these small mini crystals that home on your shit. And then on top of that, he does this fucking big beam of light that you have to dodge while these homing crystals are coming at you, so you have to get close to him or you're just fucked. I hate that. And he also shoots these arrows that in the first form they go in one direction, that's it, and not even for a long time. So it's pretty easy to dodge those. We get into the second form where he embers up and bullshit comes along. In his second form, he's obviously more powerful, he's obviously more faster, but then they add a little spice into it, a little big fuck you into it. Remember those arrows that just go in one direction? Oh, now they follow you across the entire arena and more. So you have to like loop it or some shit, and eventually it'll just keep going. But like you have to, it's like it's the entire length and more. So it's like if you don't have a lot of stamina, you're fucked for this fight. You have to have stamina for this fight, because even if you dodge it, I'm pretty sure like turns, it like curves. So you kind of get screwed there. On the next one, we have Champion Gundyr. I have not a lot to say about this boss. It's the first boss, but different. And guess what? He's a lot powerful. He's a lot faster. I had my friend Patrick help me with him. This guy will fuck you up, no problem. No question about it. I forgot to mention in Ludex Gundyr, which was also really bullshit about him, was that his second form was like the, I don't know what you'd call it, but like alien form comes out of him. I don't know what you would call I don't know what you call it. And that made him also bigger bullshit. And I can't remember if the second form of Champion Gundyr has that. It probably does, and it's probably a load of shit. Fuck Champion Gundyr and fuck Ludex Gundyr. Those are some hard ass fights. My tip, bring somebody. 13. Dragon Slayer armor. Dragon Slayer armor is a really cool boss, is a really fun boss in his first form. It's a simple knight on knight shit. He's got a big ass shield and a big ass sword, and you're just having fun dodging it. You get some hits here, you dodge him, you hope he doesn't hit you. There you go. Second form. Second form. Hot fucking garbage. Hot shit served on a fucking silver platter. This motherfucker now has a lunge attack that covers in a fucking 180-degree swing. I swear, you cannot dodge this attack. It is impossible. As soon as his second form starts, he does this attack where he winds up, and you can tell when the wind up is done and he's actually about to go for it. But even if you dodge it, when he swings perfectly, it's like there's a delayed response, and when the animation is done for dodging, it still hits you. Trying to dodge that is actually utter bullshit, and I wish you the best of luck with that. And then on top of that, the butterflies. Oh, remember how they were just chilling with the Dragon Slayer armor? Yeah, now they're here to attack you in the second form by the most bullshit attack ever. Now, the butterflies shoot these fire meteor shower type things. And the only way to dodge them is to run to the other side of the area. But have fun with that because Dragon Slayer armor is on your ass doing these lunge attacks. And then on top of that, even if you go to even if you're on one end and and one of them shooting the meteors at you, I don't know why I say meteors. They're just really just like rocks. I don't fucking know. Just large rocks of fire. If you're not fast enough, if you just dodge out but you stop, they follow you. The rocks follow you. So you're just fucked. And then even on top of that, it doesn't even end there. There's another butterfly on the other side who shoots like a line of fire. But the thing about that one is it never lines up with you. It's always somewhere a few inches away. So that's not really a problem. But if you dodge into that, you're fucked. So Dragon Slayer armor, hard, very hard to beat. It's bullshit. That lunge attack is actually shit. I hate it. And the butterflies suck. Even though they look really awesome and I love Dragon Slayer armor. Bullshit fight. Next, we got the Dancer of the Boreal Valley. We're really stepping into the fuck you territory from Software. This is where shit starts to heat up. Because the first form, cool. He just kind of, I think it's a she. I could be completely wrong, but I think she just hits you a bit, or tries to hit you a little bit, and you just dodge. Hit her. Simple. Second form, the middle finger comes up, and you are taking a beating. In the second form, she gets a second sword. And now, instead of doing these 1-2 combos, she's doing 80. You have no time to hit her. No time at all. So, have fun with that. She's a bitch to fight. You have to just dodge, dodge, and dodge, and dodge. I recommend bringing somebody because that's a load of shit how much she can hit you. And then her grab attack is stupid. Grab attacks are dumb as shit. So when she just grabs you, it's half your health is gone at that point. So have fun with that. Anyway, next, oh boy, my favorite, Pontiff Sullivan. Hearing that name enrages me. I hate Sully so goddamn much. Pontiff Sullivan is one of the fucking worst bosses to go against. I was not that well equipped, in all honesty, but Pontiff Sullivan punishes the player for being too low of a level, I think. Because his moveset, even in his first form, is so fucking garbage. I hate it. This motherfucker, straight up, he just gives you 80 combos in the first form. You have to dodge so much. So goddamn much. Get the stamina ring. Upgrade your stamina. Upgrade your health before you fight Pontiff Sullivan. Because you are going to be so goddamn angry. Getting into his second form. After everything I've just said, the 80 hit combos, the bullshit you have to go through just to fight this guy. Now there are two of them. Yes, you heard that right. He straight up copies himself. So you're not just dealing with 80 now. You're dealing with 120 combos. This is unrealistic, by the way. It's 6, 7 combos. But now, his second form goes to hit you, and immediately after you're done dodging, the real one goes for the same attack. But you might not see it, or you might not be fast enough, and the real Pontiff hits you. Like, how does that make any sense? How I died so many times to Sullivan was his copy would go in for a lunge attack, I dodge, and before I can even dodge again, the real one stabs me in the face, and I'm dead. That's so stupid. That's shit. I was told by Patrick that Pontiff Sullivan would have been the final boss, and Sullivan is so damn hard that I was in no way surprised. Sully shouldn't be that early into the game. That can discourage somebody so fast to play the game. I'm pretty sure Patrick said he put down Dark Souls 3 for like 5 months. I put it down for like, I didn't even put it down. I put maybe a day. But like, that boss is so shitty. And I'm just repeating myself, but like, I hate Pontiff. One of the hardest bosses, definitely. And on top of all of that, the one move that I hate the most, they leap into the air. And if you're close enough, they both come down and hit the ground, emitting a huge thing of fire. You're dead if you get into that. You're just dead at that point. But if you're far away, they do a lunge attack. And like I said before, you can dodge one lunge attack, but then you get fucked by another. So you really need to be like on your toes, knowing like you gotta be ready for everything. Fuck you, Pontiff. He's the first thing that's ever made me so angry that I started shaking. The relief I felt after beating him was very nice. Next up we have the Twin Princes. These fucking guys, Lothric and Lorien, some hard motherfuckers, dude. Hard boss. Like, they are on par with Sullivan. Maybe just a bit harder. This fight took me 4 hours. Sullivan only took me like 2 or 3. But the Twin Princes are hard because even in his first form, Lorien does this bullshit where as soon as you enter the fog gate, he teleports and does at the very least a 2-hit to 4-hit combo. So you do not get a break. You get in there and it's on. Lorien, his attack patterns after you get through that are pretty simple. You simply just have to dodge behind him, wait till he attacks, dodge behind him, hit. Dodge behind him, hit. That's how his first form really goes. And then we get into the second form, where Lothric joins Lorien on his back. And in his second form, Lothric makes everything that was easy about that boss complete other shit. Because now, Lothric's faster, Lothric's more dangerous, Lothric has a fire sword. So have fun with that. Now, Lothric, actually, I want to talk about this one attack really quick that Lorien can do even in his first form. That killed me too many times. I'm talking about the attack where if you're at a short, kind of a distance with him, he does this attack where he lifts up his sword and a bunch of fire emits. I've been caught in that so many times trying to dodge it, and I died so many goddamn times. I hate that move. That move sucks. But with Lothric on his back, now he can cast these spells, and these spells are homing, and Lorien is trying to hit you at the same time. You can already put 2 and 2 together and see that that's utter shit. I hate that boss, but it was fun at the same time. Alright, next, the Soul of Cinder. As you have been watching, that is the boss I've been fighting this entire time. Soul of Cinder, he's the final boss of the game. So you can imagine he has to be pretty bullshit. So that's why he's already up here. Now, as you've been watching, the Soul of Cinder has different forms. His first form is a standard sword. That moveset, pretty good. Pretty easy to dodge, hit, dodge, hit. His second form is that spear. Now, you have to get close and you have to be on the other side of that spear, because if you are in range with that spear, half your health is gone, guaranteed. Stay the fuck away from that spear. Third, we got the kind of curved sword, I think. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what you call it, but it's like kind of like curved. Soul Cinder now is too fast with that sword. He is so fast with that sword that, as you may see sometimes, I just will straight up leave him and let him fight the other people, because it's so fast that I just can't hit him. He'll always hit me before my sword even hits him. So if you are using the great sword like I do, and you get to that form and you're doing this solo, definitely recommend just waiting till he gets to another one. Lastly, we got the Mage. The Mage is probably the easiest form, because the first thing he usually does in the Mage form, not every time, but usually he'll do I forget what the thing is called, but it's like homing, and that gives you, but like 3 attacks to do with the great sword, and then usually he'll do a sword attack. It's like a 180 spin sword, but it's easy to dodge. And he also does a spell which kind of like just shoots some sort of stuff at you. And then the last thing he has is that I call it the Kamehameha move, which is alright. Gives you a lot of hits. In his second form, that's where it kind of gets bullshit. As you've been seeing, his sword is always on fire, and he does that 5 combo. The combo where he does 5 hits and then stabs the ground. That's a load of bullshit. You have to, he does this thing where when he does it, he raises his sword, so you know that's when he's gonna do it. So when you see that, you gotta get the fuck out of there, because you are shit out of luck if you get caught in that. If you don't have a lot of health, screwed. Lastly, the very last one has to be, obviously, the Nameless King. Now, I don't have a paragraph here for you. I have a simple sentence for you. Who the fuck thought it was a good idea to have the dragon just breathe out a big thing of fire that covers a fucking 10 fucking yard, like a fucking 10-kilometer radius of fire that kills you no matter what? Fuck the Nameless King. Just, if you're thinking about fighting the Nameless King, get as many people as you can. Get as OP as you can. Because he is so damn difficult. It is almost impossible to do it slowly. I mean, not slowly, solo. I cannot exaggerate how bullshit that he is. This is him here. I'm gonna just play the rest of this fight out so you can see how bullshit he is. We get him. But I don't think it shows the fire attack. I could be wrong. Also, another tip I have for this boss: pray. Also, the the um the dragon's weakness is lightning. So if you can get lightning on your weapon, I highly recommend it. Because if you have lightning, that dragon is getting taken down in 7 hits easy. That's right, 7 hits with a great sword plus 10. That's how shitty he is. The Nameless King himself, if you have multiple people, is kind of easier, to be honest. He's kind of more simple. You just get him to attack somebody, you attack him, but solo, you don't get a shot. So really bring people so that you can use them as bait. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. This is just... I want to say again that this game is amazing. I had so much fun playing it. Do not take this as me genuinely hating the game. I'm simply just making this for people to laugh at. Not preferably, sorry. Mainly Dark Souls veterans. Just and you know, just people. It's just me ranting and saying the same thing on how each boss is really just bullshit. Anyway, get Dark Souls 3, play it. Get angry like I did. Cry maybe. I don't know. Anyway, hope you all did enjoy. I'll see everybody later. Bye bye.